So, if you've been following and you've been watching us make 10x, 20x, 50x gains, and you've missed out on CDFI, on ChainGPT, on Solidus, even CPAD, and you want to get yourself into a Launchpad so you can make the same 10x, 20x, 50x gains that we're making, stay tuned, because today I'm going to show you my next big move. What's up guys, my name is KD, also known as Crypto Hustler, and this is my channel, Criminal Gains, where we make gains so big that they shouldn't be legal. Legally, you shouldn't be able to make the kind of money that we're making. So as you know, I'm a big fan of Launchpad. I've bought you quite a few Launchpads over the last few months. Every single one has outperformed most coins that most people have got in their portfolio. And of course, Launchpads are not the only ones. Most of the IDOs that have launched through these Launchpads, they have done really, really well. And if you've missed out on all the previous Launchpads, or you want to get into a Launchpad, a decent one at least, not some of these crappy Launchpads that nobody knows about, these fucking meme Launchpads and shit like that. You want to get yourself into a decent Launchpad where you can make some decent money, we can make life-changing wealth. Keep watching. Today we're going to show you, we're going to take a deep dive into our next big move, which is Aify. So guys, before we dive in, just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors for this video, Hetty the Yeti. So Hetty the Yeti is a extremely low cap meme coin on the Solana network. If meme coins are your thing, you can check them out on hetty.io. Remember, cryptocurrencies carry a high risk, therefore always do your own research and your own due diligence. So what is Aify? Aify is a brand new launchpad which will be releasing on the BRC20 network. For those of you who are not familiar with BRC, BRC20 allows smart contracts to be deployed on the Bitcoin network. It is relatively new and most people won't be very familiar with it, but BRC20 coins have been really, really hot this year and people have made some life-changing gains on BRC20 coins. There isn't any other launchpad that does BRC20 coins. Aify is going to be the first launchpad on BRC20. Taking a look into Aify, they do offer a range of products. They include obviously the Launchpad, which is what we're interested in. They also offer a bridge to bridge BRC20 onto Ethereum network, and they also offer a Aify wallet, which is a wallet to keep your BRC20 coins on. Again, wallets, there are plenty of BRC20 wallets out there. There are other bridges out there. Like I say again, we're only interested in the Launchpad. So now to get into the Launchpad, you do need to get a tier. So we're going to have a quick look at the tier system. Now, as you can see, for the tier system, you can get in at tier 1, which requires 200 staking points. Obviously tier 2, 1,000, tier 3, 5,000, 10,000 for tier 4. Tier 5 is 20,000, and tier 6, which is the maximum tier, is 50,000 staking points. Personally, if I get into a Launchpad, I want to be on the top tier. I don't believe in handouts with small tiers. You get $10, $20. It ain't going to do nothing for me. I'm looking to get it a much larger allocation, around the about the $500 mark, maybe even $400, but at least a significant figure. If I was going to do a 10x and if I'm getting a $10 allocation on tier 1, 10x is only going to give me $100. $100 ain't going to do fuck all for me. Now, whereas if I was to get, say, even $400 on a tier 6, 10x, it will still give me $4,000, which isn't a bad little gain for a small project. Then, like I say, I'm only interested in the top tier. Now, does that mean that I'm going to buy 50,000 coins? No. What I'm going to do is take a look into the staking. So with staking, you can obviously multiply your coins for staking points. Let's just have a look. So they offer staking for 30, 60, 90, 180 and 360 days. So on the 30 days, you can see it is a 1 times multiplier. So you'd basically get the amount of points that you put in for the amount of coins that you put in. On the 60 days, it's 1.2. So the amount of coins you put in will be times by 1.2 for your staking points. For 90 days, it is 1.4, 180 days is 1.6, and 360 days is 2 times the amount of coins. If you wanted to get a top tier and you're willing to stake for 360 days, you can get away with buying 25,000 coins, stake it for 360 days, which will give you double the amount of points, and you would get 50,000 points for it. Now, am I going to do that? No. The reason being, we're already in the bull market and, it could last for over a year, but I'm not going to take that risk. Well, I do believe it's going to go over 6 months, so I'm happy to put it into a 180-day pot. Now, in order to get top tier for a 180-day pot, it is times 1.6, so roughly I'm guessing I'd need around about 35,000 coins. So I'd be looking to buy in about 35,000 coins and stake it into a 180-day pot and obviously get a top tier. Now, within that time, I'm going to be looking to load up more. By the time my staking for 180 days is over, I want to be sitting on 50,000 coins. So when that does finish, I can go into a 30-day pot and still have my top tier. Now, buying Aify, I am actually going to get some Aify from Launchpad. So I'm going to get some on CDFi and some on ChainGPT, I think it is. There are a lot more launchpads which are releasing Aify. The only thing is you're not going to get enough coins on a launchpad to get in a decent tier. The coins that I'm buying on my launchpads will probably get me into a tier 2 at the most. Again, like I say, I'm not interested in these small tiers. If I'm going to go into a launchpad, I need to be on that top tier. I need to be able to make some serious money. I'm not interested in buying 10 quid, 20 quid and flipping it to 100 quid. I'm there, I want to put in a couple of hundred quid and flip it to a couple of grand at least. Make it worth my time. I'm not foolish. I'm not going to go into a 360-day pot in case the bull run does finish a bit earlier than expected. Like I say, I will take the risk on a 180-day pot. I'll buy in, on a 180-day pot, I'm going to try and accumulate 35,000 coins before they start doing any launches. On release, I'm not going to buy on the release. Normally you find on release, coins do pump and then they tend to come down a bit. So I'm going to be looking to buy probably about 20,000 coins to start off with, probably on the release date. As soon as I see a nice dip, I'll get in for about 20,000 coins. And then over the next few weeks, anytime there is a dip, I'll accumulate a little bit at a time and hopefully get to 35,000 coins before they have any IDOs coming up. Now, again, like I say, 35,000 coins on a 180-day pot is going to give me just over my 50,000 required for a top tier. Now, again, like I say, over time, it gives me 180 days to accumulate the rest. Once my 180 days are up, I want to have 50,000 coins to be able to go into a 30-day pot. As we get further into a bull run, I don't really want to have coins locked up. There might come a time where, the market's ready to drop again and we're going to go into a bear run. The last thing I want is my coins locked up at that time. When I've done previous videos on Solidus and ChainGPT, I did lock in for a year, but obviously at the time, it was months ago and I did expect the bull run to last over a year. We've come to a point where I'm still expecting it to last about a year or just over, but I'm not going to take that risk. I'd rather take the risk for 6 months, and once we come out of there, I'll take that 30 days at a time. I think 30 days is not a bad risk. Of course, there might be occasions where even that 30 days might not work out. I'm going to reduce my risk by then. Also, most coins that you get on IDOs, they come with a vesting. Average vesting is about 6 months. So, I don't really want to be buying coins further down the bull run where I'm only going to receive 10%, 20% before the bear run comes in. So I'm looking to exit from all my launch pads within the next 6-7 months. After that, I don't want to buy into any coins unless they're going to be a very short vesting time. Some coins, they do come out on 100% TGE, which means I can get all my coins on the first day. I'm more than happy to go into them. Even if it was a case of going in for 2 or 3 months, I'd probably take that risk. But I'm not going to go into long-term vesting as we get further down the bull run. I don't mind going into some now, where it might be a 6-month, 9-month, or even up to a year vesting. But come 6 months later, I don't really want to be taking that risk. I want to be able to collect all my coins within the bull run. I don't want to run into the bear run and still be waiting for the majority of my coins to be dropped to me. That's how I'm going to play Aify. Like I say, I'm going to buy a certain amount of coins first, probably about 20,000. I'm going to try and accumulate the rest before they have any launches. And then once I've locked in, I'm going to try and accumulate the rest slowly as prices go down. Or, anytime we have a dip, I'll accumulate a bit and try and get to my 50,000 target by the end of my 180-day staking. That's how I'm going to play it. Everybody has their own way of playing this market. This is what works for me. And obviously, I've gave you the reasons behind why I'm going to do that. Again, like I say, I do expect Aify to do really well. It is a brand new launchpad. Every single launchpad that's come out this year has done extremely well. Not only the native coin, but obviously the IDOs that they've released, most of them have done 15, 20, 30x already. So if you want to go in and make some serious money, Aify might be one to look at. I'm going to go in and I'm sure I'm going to make some good money on it. Obviously we'll keep you up to date and show you exactly the figures that we're making. Again guys, like I say, cryptocurrency is extremely high risk investing, so make sure you do your own research and your own due diligence. I'm not saying go in, but have a look at it, see what they offer. And like I say, it is the first launchpad on the BRC20 network, and BRC20 has been extremely hot this year, and I do expect that's going to carry on throughout this bull run. Guys, if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing and all the new investments that we're getting into, please do like and subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, thanks for watching and catch you again.